Let's see. Hey, you guys. Uh-oh, Lewis. Lewis won't let me sit on the chair, you guys. Come on, bud. Lewis literally has me on the edge of my seat. Let's see if we are live, if I've done this appropriately. I'm going to turn my volume down to not shock all of you. Sorry I was standing there. I'm actually live on my YouTube channel at the same time. Hey, you guys, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. How are all of you guys? Cool. Looks like we have 10 of you on here. I'll tell you what, on Facebook, I was going to stop this and start it over, but I think I'm just going to keep it how it is. I think I'm just going to keep it how it is. Let's make sure. Let's just make sure that we have got everything together. Cool. Looks like we have quite a few of you on. As you come on here, do me a favor. If you guys can hit the thumbs up button or the heart button, that would be super helpful for me. And I'm going to get right into this. I actually was going to do a kitchen video tonight, and I thought, you know what? Why am I going to do another vegan recipe or raw vegan recipe when that is not what is calling to me? That is not what I feel led to do. And another thing I didn't feel led to do, I don't feel led to use any filters, use anything but my light and just a computer screen to talk to all of you. So as you come on here, if you can just hit the thumbs up and tell me where you're tuning in from in the comments section. And I'm just going to let you know that we are live. I'm not used to streaming in more than one place. I have 18 of you on here, so I should see 18 thumbs up on this video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something that I do on, hello, Cheryl, how are you? Hello, John. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Naomi. Hello, Leah. So what I'm going to do is something I usually do on one of my YouTube channels that I haven't done here in quite a while. I'm going to do channeled messages. So I'm actually going to do just an intuitive read and talk about the energy we're in right now as far as astrology goes. So we're in Venus retrograde. We're also in Mercury retrograde, and we just had the wolf moon, the full moon in Cancer. So there's a lot of energy surrounding love, right? Because Cancer is the mother of the zodiac, but also retrogrades have a tendency, if we haven't done the work on ourselves, to make us want to look back. So we need to be mindful of this. So before I get into this reading, quick introduction. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Andrea Cox. I'm an intuitive healer and a detox specialist by trade. Just wrote my third recipe book, Eat Right for Your Zodiac. It sold out in Barnes & Noble. It is now sold out in Target stores as well. Yay. You can still get it on my website. You can also get it on Amazon.com and now on Kindle. Eat Right for the number 4 of your zodiac, for your zodiac. So really cool. A lot of plant-based recipes in there. My newsletter, AndreaCox.com. I have 2 YouTube channels, Andrea Cox TV and The Detox Intuitive. And what I'm going to share with all of you tonight is something I tend to do on The Detox Intuitive. I'm going to just, like I said, kind of talk about the astrology that's going on and how to really navigate. So we're going to break up the energy with a singing bowl. want to go as long as it feels it needs to. So today, as I was working with clients, processing clients, working with clients on their health and wellness, working with clients intuitively, asking them, you know, what do you want to accomplish? Not just in 2022, but ongoing. What do you want to have enter your life? And especially since we just had a full moon, which is all about exiting. Thank you. What do you want to exit your life? And a lot of people were talking about habits that they want to let go of, habits surrounding other people. And I always find this to be really, really telling when we have habits and we blame other people for them. So I was speaking to a client today and he said, you know, I want to eat better. I want to do better, but my wife's incredibly unhealthy. She lays around all day. She doesn't work. She drinks too much and she doesn't go to the gym. She doesn't do anything. And what I said to him is, I said, you know, no one forces you to not go to the gym. No one forces you to put that piece of, you know, pasteurized dairy in your mouth. No one is forcing you to do these things. You are in control of your body at all times. You're in control of what you put in your mouth. You're in control of what you eat, getting on a good sleep cycle, getting to the gym, doing yoga, getting in your sauna, you know, visiting a local gym to use the sauna. You are always in control. So it's funny because the card that fell out was power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. That's what this card says. So a lot of times we blame our surroundings for what is going on. And sometimes that's necessary, right? Sometimes, for example, I had someone incessantly knocking on my door today and, you know, it interrupted my flow. And I thought, you know, gosh, this is really hurting my ability to do my work. You know, the dogs were barking and it took me 15, 20 minutes to settle them down. I thought, man, am I going to need to like relocate or like, is this going to stop? Like, this is really, it's really challenging me. So there's things that are out of our control, like someone randomly knocking on your door, and there's things that are in your control. By seeing, right, that you have the innate power within you to create whatever you want, whatever health regime you want, whatever nutrition regime, whatever fitness regime, whatever money you want to bring in, you actually are in control at all times. And so as I was explaining this to my client, it was really interesting because I began to actually hear on the phone, we were on the phone, not on FaceTime because he was at his office, I began to hear him shift. So he went from thinking really negatively to being really positive. Hang on one second, you guys. Now, when I spoke to another client later in the day, let me just make sure I'm still live. Stephanie, go ahead and tell me that you can hear me clearly and that it's not breaking up too much. So when I spoke to another client later in the day, a female, and she's a wellness coaching client. I help people with their wellness all the time. she was explaining to me that she had a vested interest in astrology. And she's like, I'm having these things come up for me that are really unusual. Something came up in the shower today, and it just took me back. It was like flashbacks. And she believes in past lives like I do. And she was asking about the Akashic record readings I do. And right now we're just going to focus on her health and wellness. But it's funny that I pulled this card of surrender. It says, at times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. So right now she's really worried about a family member. And I was explaining to her that the more positively she sees that family member, right? The more she sees that family member moving on with his life and getting away from the people and the things and the situations that are suppressing him and holding him down, the more she sees him in that way, the more that's exactly what's going to occur. And it was amazing the shift I heard in her. So I want you guys to know that if you're having a lot come up for you at this time, whether you believe in astrology or whether you don't, whether you believe that the planetary bodies have anything to do with what's going on or whether you don't, there's a lot of shifts taking place now. We went from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius a little over a year ago. It started like 2 years ago. Pisces was all about conformity. It's all about, there we go. Pisces is all about conformity. It's all about religion and structure. And we moved into an age of Aquarius, which is all about freedom and being ourselves and really stepping into who and what we truly want to be and desire to be in this lifetime without caring about what other people think. And this is so vitally important right now, you guys. A lot of you need to adopt a concept of, and I don't want to curse in this, but I'm going to have to just this one time to kind of get my point across, of 0 fucks given, where you no longer care about what other people say and think of you when you're yourself, right? You no longer care if people are going to crucify you who are overly religious if you take it out a tarot card deck or an oracle deck. You no longer are going to care if your family does not invite you to the Christmas or the Thanksgiving dinner because your political belief system and your belief system about health and wellness and the thing that everyone's getting is different than theirs. You're no longer going to care. You're actually just going to live your life being who you are and really rocking it, loving who you are. And I've got to be really, really honest, you guys. And you saw my post a few days ago. As a Pisces, as the elders of the zodiac, as this being my 12th lifetime here on earth, I really have struggled with crucifixion in my life. And I don't want to play the victim. I don't claim to be the victim. I'm very self-sufficient. I'm very independent. I do very well for myself. I'm actually very proud of myself to be a single female who has not only survived, but thrived during this pandemic. But I have to tell you, it has not been easy. A few years ago, when I started my spiritual business, I was laughed at, I was made fun of, I was outcasted, I was torn down because, I was this girl from Dayton, Ohio, creating this business in spirituality and talking about things that were 10 years ahead of what people wanted to hear. And oftentimes, the Scorpio moon and rising in me will have me saying things that people just don't want to quite hear. They're not ready to hear yet. But I did it anyway. And it was tough. It was tough. And the journey has been a very quiet one, full of solitude, full of days where I didn't want to get out of bed because I knew that the more I would express my creativity, the more I would get hated on, either by jealousy and envy or by people who really didn't want to hear what I was teaching and speaking. But I stayed true to the course. And I want to tell you where you guys are at right now, where we're at astrologically. If you do not become your own person and stop caring what people around you think, say, the gossip, if they don't invite you somewhere because of your belief system or whatever, you will falter. And also on the flip side of that, if you don't drop the judgment of others, you will falter, right? A lot of times what happens to us is we will get exactly what we put out, right? So, I just wanted to say that, and I wanted to do a quick reading of the energy. So Venus retrograde is going on right now. Also, we've had Jupiter move into the sign of Pisces. So what you need to do is look where Pisces falls in your chart. And wherever Pisces falls in your chart, that house is the house that you're going to be blessed in. So for me, Pisces is my sun sign. I've also got Pisces exalted in Venus, which is the best place to have Pisces. Yes, we literally do summon the rain. So does the Cancer full moon energy that we had last night that we're still kind of lingering in. But I've also got Pisces in a third placement. I don't want to speak that publicly because it's a private placement that I like to keep kind of hidden. It's a very blessed placement to have Pisces. So we have summon the rain, consciously complete. Okay, make mistakes. Celebrate growth and breakthroughs, and honestly assess. So I'm going to start with the honestly assess card. Honestly assess, we see this woman or man, because the cards aren't gender-based, literally looking over a city of lights with this angelic bubble around him. And I often take my clients through a practice where I tell them to imagine a white ball of light around them of protection. And right here you have honestly assess. So honestly assess where you come from, look at the mistakes you have made, and honestly move forward, knowing that you're going to celebrate growth and breakthrough. So this is a really magical pull. Consciously complete old cycles, which is what we're being asked to do right now with Jupiter moving into the house of Pisces, Pisces being the 12th sign of the zodiac. It's about completions. So every Pisces pretty much is on their last lifetime here, right? So they're a little bit of each of the 12 zodiac signs rolled into one. That's why they're so mysterious. But Jupiter being, the sign of giving and blessings and things like that, we're being asked to consciously complete cycles so we can receive those blessings. We have the Rain Man here, summon the rain. So since we just had this full moon in Cancer, and Cancers tend to be a little bit overly emotional, they're the mothers of the zodiac. A lot of emotions can be coming up for you right now. You're being asked to consciously complete those old cycles that no longer serve you to hold on to, right? So it was just like earlier when it's Tasty Tuesdays and I was like, oh, I have to go in the kitchen and make my raw food and make a juice for everyone, or make my dinner with everyone, or, they won't love me anymore. And I might do that on Andrea Cox TV on my YouTube channel. I might go in my kitchen and, just set the stage for a live dinner. But it doesn't fuel me, even though I coach people on wellness all the time. Making my dinner in front of the camera, I love it, but it doesn't fuel me like I'm being led to share all this information with all of you right here and right now. So I decided, at least for the day, I would consciously complete that I'm going to do what I want to do. Instead of going in my kitchen and making dinner for all of you, I felt like this information would be better suited for where we are astrologically. So I'm consciously completing that cycle. I may be making a mistake. If I am, it wouldn't be the first time. And hey, I'll probably learn something from it, right? But I celebrate growth and breakthroughs where they're needed. And growth and breakthroughs for me right now in this time in my life, and what I'm seeing for a lot of clients, for me personally, it's literally having two very, very, very solid streams of income from my readings and my Akashic record readings and my spiritual business, and also from my health coaching and my wellness business. When you create something and you put it out there and it shoots up far more than something else you've been working on for years, there's a reason. There's a reason. And so I'm honestly assessing, right? And that's what the universe, God, spirit, whoever you believe in, is asking from all of you right now. So Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, Jupiter in Pisces, and we just had the wolf moon last night, the full moon in Cancer, which brings up a lot of emotions, right? Cancers are full of emotions. If you've ever pissed a Cancer off, they'll go in their room and pout, literally. They are like, you have to go and apologize to them 100 times before they open up to you again. So let's pull a few more cards and let's just ask what God has in store for us over the next week. Look in the mirror and be fluid. So look in the mirror. You're being asked to look in the mirror, maybe at your faults, at the things you don't like. Love yourself for who you are right here and right now. Maybe, you haven't got that weight off you want to get off, or, you're going through a divorce and you feel like you'll never love again, or what have you. Well, everybody goes through life, right? We all go through it. So you're being asked to look in the mirror and also look at the people you're dealing with, because they're a mirror image of what you're going through. So what we don't like in others is really what we're not doing ourselves, right? You see this a lot on social media. So everybody's life looks perfect on social media. Not mine. I'm an open book. I put out there when I'm going through something, like it's public knowledge, right? But a lot of times when we see someone shining on social media, if we're not putting in the work ourselves, that's where jealousy and envy can come into play, right? So we really want to level up. If one of the 7 laws of hermetics, and I love this, is polarity, the law of polarity. So if you can turn your disdain for someone else, your dislike for someone else, into love, into something positive, if you can see what you've gained from that person, you will be able to flip the script in your life. And I've got to tell you, as someone who has been hated on a lot by people, just by jealous, envious people, every time that happens to me, I grab my little crystals in each hand and I literally think about that person with love in my heart. And I say, how can I flip the script on this person? How can I love this person who made fun of me? How can I love this person who continuously tries to take my work? How can I love this person who lied to me? How can I love this person who, leaves bad comments on my stuff? How can I love this person? What has this person given to me? And usually it's strength, right? Okay, well, I became stronger from this situation. And when we look at situations like that, magic happens. So law of polarity. All right, you guys, I'm probably going to delete this off Facebook because I stood in front of you for like 5 minutes trying to adjust everything. But on YouTube, the Detox Intuitive, my second YouTube channel, I am going to do a reading for water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio tonight. I'm also going to do a reading for fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, and earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I might even get into air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Also on Andrea Cox TV on YouTube, I uploaded a juice video for immunity, so you can check that out there. I can see it's finally picking up views and things like that. Took a day, but so check both of those channels out, Andrea Cox TV and the Detox Intuitive. You can subscribe to both. I love each and every one of you. Maybe I'll make a juice tomorrow. I don't know. I'm a master of of all things. What can I say? I love you guys. Take care. Bye.